Hey class, today's focus is going to be on just setting up the equations for applications of systems in 3 variables. I broke this up into 2 lessons as well so that the video wasn't quite as long. So there'll be a part A and a part B, and right now we're just going to set up the equation, and then in another video we will solve. So here we go. A theater group sold a total of 440 tickets for $3,940. Each regular ticket is $5, each premium ticket is $15, each elite ticket is $25. The number of regular tickets was 3 times the number of premium and elite tickets combined. How many of each type of ticket were sold? So if you remember back from 2 variable equations, this is a how much of each type of problem. First step is going to be defining the variables. We're looking for how much of each type. So we need a variable for regular tickets. So X equals, number of regular tickets. Y will equal the number of, premium tickets. And then we'll let Z equal the number of elite tickets. So make sure that, if you're going to use X, Y, and Z, that the Z is not looking too much like your 2's. So anyways, so with how much of each type, you have a total of 440 tickets. And so I have X plus Y plus Z. The total of all 3 tickets equals 440. And then I have each ticket is cost $5 for regular, $15 for premium, $25 for elite. So when you're counting these up, you're counting $5 per X ticket. You're doing $15 for every Y ticket that you get, and then $25 for every Z ticket that you get. And then all that money added up equaled the $3,940. So it's equal to $3,940. Now, if you have 3 variables in a system, you must have 3 equations in order to solve it. So you have to read through here and find the third piece of information for our third equation, and that was right here. The number of regular tickets was 3 times the number of premium and elite tickets combined. So the number of regular tickets, X, equals 3 times the number of premium and elite tickets combined. So 3 times premium plus elite would look like that. So those are our 3 equations. Now later on we will talk about how to solve for those 3 variables. Right now we're just going to focus on setting up the equation. This is actually a review problem from the last section of 2 variable equations. These ones are always kind of confusing, so I wanted to just throw one more in there. A passenger plane took 3 hours to fly 1,800 miles in the direction of the jet stream, and the return trip, the jet stream took 4 hours against the jet stream. So with the direction of the jet stream means with the wind. And then against the wind took 4 hours. What is the plane's speed in still air and the jet stream speed? So X, we want to find the plane's speed, and then Y, we want the wind speed, aka the jet stream speed. Now these problems for distance and rate, they're similar to the problems that you might remember. The boat is going down the stream and it takes this amount of time, and then up the current took this amount of time. It's the same type of problem. So it comes down to rate is equal to, you take the distance divided by time. So if you're driving 60 miles per hour, how they're actually getting that rate is they're taking the number of miles that you're driving and dividing it by the number of hours that you are in the car, and that is giving you your rate. So in this case, it would be 60 miles in 1 hour, 60 over 1. So distance divided by time. In the plane speed and the wind speed, when they are working together, so the plane is traveling with the wind force is adding to the speed of the plane because it would make it go faster. It's kind of pushing it along. So that's when they're working together. And then the rate, so we're going to add this is going to be equal to the rate. So this one, when they're working together, we either have 3 hours or 4 hours. When they're working together, it takes less time because you're going faster, so it'd be 1,800 divided by 3. And then when they're working against each other, so the wind speed is subtracting from the plane speed, now it takes longer, so the rate is 1,800 divided by 4. Then I would reduce those, so x plus y, 18 divided by 3 is 6, so 600, and then x minus y, 18 divided by 4 is not even, but 450 for that one. And then you would be able to solve it from there. Okay. A quilt maker plans to make 14 quilts this year from 113 yards of fabric. A small quilt requires 4 yards, medium requires 7 yards, and a large requires 11 yards. She plans to make twice as many large quilts as small quilts. How many of each type of quilt should she make? So we have how much of each type again? We want the 3 variables, so we'll say x is the number of small, y will be the number of medium, and let's let z equal the number of large quilts. How much of each type? We have 2 total equations essentially. We have how much you're going to make in total, so the number of small plus the number of medium plus the number of large, we're making 14 total. And then a lot of times how much of each type involves money, like the first problem we did with the money, but this one involves yards of fabric. So it's going to work the similar way though. The small is 4 yards, the medium is 7 yards, and the large quilt is 11 yards. So it's going to be 4 per small plus 7y, that's 7 yards per medium quilt, plus 11 times z, that's 11 yards per large, and then that's going to equal, we have 113 total yards. And then remember, if it's 3 variables, you do need 3 equations. So that comes from here. She plans to make twice as many large quilts as she does small quilts. So she plans to make twice as many large as small, which means she's going to make more large. So I would say that large quilts will equal 2 times the amount of small quilts. So it looks like that. Okay. And then the last one I'm going to set up. This one is an investment problem. So you have $60,000 to invest. Wouldn't that be nice? You want to invest the money in stocks, bonds, and money market fund. So stocks, like in the stock market, bonds are something that you purchase, and money market is like a savings account. Yielding 12%, 8%, and 5% respectively. You want to invest the same amount of stocks as in bonds and money market combined. Your goal is to make $5,400 in interest, and how much should you invest in each fund? So similar to how much of each type, kind of, how much money should you put in each one? So your variables are going to be the investment accounts. So let's let X be the amount of money you're going to put in stocks, Y be the amount of money that you're going to put in bonds, and Z be the amount of money that you're going to put in the money market account. So all together, the money you put in stocks, bonds, and money market is going to be $60,000. And then for each one, you're going to earn, like the money that you earn in stocks is 12%, the money that you earn in bonds is 8%, the money that you earn in money market is 5%, and then all of that money that you earn, that is what you're trying to make the goal of $5,400. That's the interest that you're collecting. One thing to remember is that 12% is equal to the decimal 0.12. 8% is going to be 0.08 because you move the decimal point over twice when you change from a percent to a decimal. And 5% is going to be 0.05. So you do have to use the decimals in the equation. So it's going to be 12% for 0.12x for the stocks plus 0.08y plus 0.05z, and then since you're getting 12%, 8%, 5%, that's your interest, that's the $5,400 that you'll make there. So that goes together with the goal. Then your third equation, read it again carefully, and it says you want to invest the same amount in stocks as in bonds and money market combined. So you want your stocks to be equal to the bonds plus the money market all together. Okay, so we're just focusing on getting those equations set up. So try a couple on your own. Just set up the system of equations. Try to set them up. The first two are 3 variable. The last one is the distance and rate type of problem to practice. All right, let me know if you have any questions. I do expect that you have at least watched this video and attempted the student problems. We will go over them